Hi, I'm Ash Costello from New Year's Day,
I'm Nikki Misery.
and we are here, sans makeup, ready to show you guys how to do some Halloween tutorials. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to do an everyday goth look or vampire look for Halloween, or my personal favorite, which I consider this, is to be a living dead girl look, which is something I actually wear every day, but you could do for Halloween. And the look is based off of the Angel Eyes music video. So the first thing I feel is important to a dramatic look are contacts, because it's very like eye-catching and it kind of really brings the whole look into the next level. So I'm going to wear these black contacts that I got from a Foddet Crypt. Since I'm not very good at that, I'm going to go do that and be back. So the black contacts are in, and now it's time to do foundation. I use MAC Sheer Pressed Foundation, and I put it on with any sort of large brush. Super easy to do. Do your contacts before your foundation, because sometimes your eyes water and it'll mess up your foundation, so there. Super easy. Next are the eyelashes. I also feel like eyelashes are a really important part to this look because it just adds that drama, that sense of unrealistic, like just dramatic eyelashes. You know, I love them. I'm a big advocate of fake eyelashes. I never leave the house without them. Even if I have no makeup on, I still have my fake eyelashes on. I think the more you can stick on your eye, the better. So I use just CVS brand, Target brand eyelashes, nothing crazy. Glamour eyes. The bigger the better. I also use the black Duo is the best eyelash glue. It'll stay on all during my entire show. If I'm on stage with a band or if I'm playing a festival, it'll stay on stage the whole time. So I hear a lot of people complain about how hard eyelashes are to put on. It just takes practice. You know, like anything else, when you first start doing it, it's kind of hard. And then once you get good at it, it's super easy. And it doesn't take very long at all, and it really changes the look of the eye makeup. I start with putting the outside on first and letting that dry before I stick on the inside, because if I pull to put the inside on and the outside isn't dry, it's just going to slide all around. So put that on first right here. So I let the outside dry and then I put the other one on. Like that. Then I do the wavy dance where I dry them like this. If you have a blow dryer nearby, that's super handy, but normally I don't, so I just use my hands. And then you just go like this. Get them on. Okay, eyelashes are on for the most part, except for that one. Hold on. There. Eyelashes are on. See? And something that I like to do is to buy another pair of eyelashes and I cut them smaller. These were full length, full eyeball eyelashes, but I just cut them in half. So they're little tiny pieces like this. And what I do with these is put a little eyelash glue on them. And I use them for bottom lashes. It's not super noticeable, I think it just adds a cool effect. So they go down here at the bottom. Just like that. Doing your makeup in a computer screen is definitely weird. There. You can do this with any eyelash. It's really easy. Just find eyelashes that you like. And actually these are two eyelashes piled into one. like I said, the more eyelashes, the better. So then after that, I do my eyebrows. While that dries, I actually shave off this part of my eyebrow here on both sides so that way I can shape them however I like. This part is left here, and I shave off this side so I can either do up or down, do like the goth Spock eyebrows, the Lily Munsters, or do something a little bit more evil queen and arch. Today I'm going to do a more arched eyebrow. And so I actually learned this trick from the makeup artist who did the Angel Eyes music video, Candace Catrone. And all you do, or what she did, was she took MAC Black Carbon and MAC 24-hour spray that you normally would spray on your face. And what she did is you take the eyeshadow 24-hour spray and you spray it onto the eyeshadow so that it creates like a watercolor. So it should look like that. You just get it wet. That's what she said. And I have to go grab my brush. Be right back. So once you have your eyeshadow turned into a liquid from the 24-hour fix spray, use a small angled brush that looks like this. This one is just a Sephora brand angled brush. Should be very thin, like that. And draw your eyebrows on. So I like to leave right here kind of more shaded, not so solid and thick looking, because I think it adds more realistic look, so you can kind of see the hairs and it's not quite as dark, but you'll really see the difference when I draw them on. You can see that the liquid is much darker. Your eyebrow should start right here. If you put the stick next to your nose is where your eyebrow should start on both sides. And then the arch should be right at the end of your eyeball. So my arch would start right there. I see some people whose eyebrows are way too far out, way too far in, arch is in the middle, and it just doesn't look right. So I don't know if you guys knew that rule. So you go back in and clean it up after, because right now obviously it's kind of crazy looking, but I will show you how to do that in a second. And then the trick with eyebrows is they don't have to be twins. They can be sisters or cousins. They don't have to be completely perfect. You know, the second eyebrow is always the hardest. So you kind of just get the base going. But they look kind of crazy right now. So what I do to clean up my eyebrows is I take a matte concealer, which looks like this. You can get it at any MAC counter. This one is NW20. It's called Studio Finish Concealer. And I take a MAC brush, which is right here. This is MAC number 195. And it looks like this. It's very thin. And you use this to shape out your eyebrows. So it would look like this. And it just cleans up the edges a bit if you went too thick in some areas, too thin in some other areas. So now it looks way more clean. This is pretty much what I do every day to get ready for a New Year's Day show. So now it's time for eyeshadow, which is what I would normally do next. My favorite red eyeshadow that I use is by a brand called Sugar Pill Makeup. You can buy it online, and they're the best pigments I've ever used. They go on like velvet. Normally with blacks and reds, you have to layer them to get them pretty thick, but with their black and their red, it's just flawless the first time. So this is my favorite red. It's a loose powder. It's called Asylum, naturally. And what I do is the same technique with my eyebrows is I use the lid and I use the 24-hour MAC spray and I spray it in the lid and form a watercolor with it. So I just take some of the red and mix it with the 24-hour spray. And I start from the middle and go out. So your red should look like this. It just kind of goes into the center of your eye, which I know looks kind of weird right now, but it'll make sense. So once you've done your red, then you can go in with your black. So I use a little bit of a larger brush for that. For my black, I use Sugar Pill. Any black by Sugar Pill is amazing. I have the Cold Chemistry palette, which is all the Beetlejuice colors, white, black, purple, and green. And I like this black a lot. So just a little bit of their black. And I start in the middle and start to dab in and around the outside. Now how high you want to go is up to you. I'm a big fan of skeleton socket eyes, as I call them, which is just very thick, black, deep, hollowed out eyes. I know is, unless you're like me, isn't really an everyday look, but I wear it every day. So, kind of go around the crease and up, and then circle it back around to underneath. Start in the middle. Then I use that same angle brush I used in my eyebrows and go for the waterline of the eye. There. Next I do eyeliner. What I use for eyeliner is by a brand that I have, they have at Sephora. Looks like this. And it's just a fine pointy pen shape, like this. Just follow the line of your eye, super easy. With a pen like this, you should be able to do it in just one stroke. And I like to go up and out and away from the eyeshadow. Again, this is a Halloween look for most people. You know, if you're going for a super vampy or Living Dead girl look. I understand this is something most people would not do every day to the grocery store, unless you're me, in which case you would. I also like to give myself a cat eye, so I go a little bit out of the lines here. Next is the blush and contouring. I'm a big fan of contouring. You know, it's amazing what you can do with makeup and you completely change your face shape. I like to use, it's called Nude on Board by MAC. It's brown. I use just regular blush brush and kind of go over my face with the natural color first before I go in with any extreme pigment. So I just go suck in my lips like this and go above where the line is. Because vampires and living dead girls, I'm sure, have very sunken cheekbones. I'm sure they don't have a lot of body fat left on them. Also go underneath the jawline to kind of give more definition there. I go underneath the tip of my nose. And I brush a little bit on my nose like this. I go from the cheek and in. And from the cheek and in. And then from the brow down. There. Not a whole lot of difference yet, but you can see that it's starting to form a little bit. Then I like to go in with a pale pink, which is another color by MAC. It's called Gingerly. I also use the MAC Angled Blush Brush, which is number 1. Oh, it's all rubbed off. Number 123, I believe. Well, anyway, it looks like this. And I go on the apples of the cheeks, which is when you scrunch up your cheeks, it's right here. I like to put a little bit of pink. And then I go in with the Vampy color. My favorite Vampy color of all time is a color by MAC called Raisin. It doesn't look like it right in the computer, but it's a deep, deep red. It's my favorite color. It goes on, it doesn't take a lot, so I just gently brush it on. And I start from the ear and down the cheekbone line, you can see when you scrunch up. Just like that. Again, this is a vampy Halloween look. Not necessarily something you'd wear to your grandma's tea party. I don't know if grandma would like this. I would be one to believe that a vampire or living dead girl would have very strong cheekbones. But that's just me. So you can see it starting to form. I know it's a little thick right now, but we'll blend in a minute. And then I put a little bit under my chin, a little bit on my nose. So then I take the foundation brush that I used earlier for my foundation and just rub it in. And that's just, you know, blend it in as much as you want to. Or don't blend it all. Hey, it's your face. Do what you want. There. And we have cheekbones. Next are the lips. This is my absolute favorite part. The lipstick I use is a combination of lipsticks that I've kind of curated through time. I start with just a Revlon Color Stay. You can find it at any CVS and any Target. This one is called Ultra Wine. Now, this isn't for everybody, but I'm a big advocate of going out of the lines. So I start with the bottom lip first because that's the easiest. The top lip, I go a little bit above and beyond. So you can see the difference. My lip starts here, and I kind of go above the lip line. There. So, I'll show you what to do next. So we're done with the lipstick, and now I'm going to show you how to do the ombre black to fade in red that I normally do on my lips. So go back to that Revlon you had, and I use there's a clear side, I use the brush on the clear side. I just kind of wipe off all the excess white gel. And my favorite color right now is a color by MAC called Film Noir. And it's a very dark brown red. I use the brush and I outline my lips with it. So you can start to see the colors already start to form. And I dab them on so they're not so streaky. Here's the black. You can buy it at any CVS during Halloween time. I use that same brush it onto the black, and start with the corners of my lips. Again, maybe not everyone's everyday look. You're not going to wear it to your grandma's birthday party, but you know what? I would. Then to blend, just use your finger. Next, I'm going to show you guys what I normally do for shows for the Living Dead Girl look, because most Living Dead Girls aren't going to have a heart. So I'm going to show you how to do a simple X out of your heart using all the stuff you've already used. It's super simple. So what I start with is the red used for your lips. I'm just going to go through where I think my heart would be.
Start making an X.
I do it a little bit thicker in the middle so it looks more like a wound. Now, I know this isn't special effects style for like a movie, but if you're just going out for Halloween, you want to have some fun, you don't want to spend a lot of money, don't have a lot of time, this works. I kind of glop it on so it looks kind of gooey and oozy and kind of nasty. Then, same thing I use for my lips. The brush side and the black lipstick. I go into the corners, kind of give it some depth with some black. Go around the outside. This is not the easiest thing to do on a laptop computer. To make it look a little bit more fleshy, I take my, where'd it go? My eyeshadow brush and go back to the red Sugar Pill eyeshadow that I used earlier, which is right here, and kind of go around the edges on the outside. So use your red eyeshadow again. Kind of follow the edges like this. Not quite all the way to it, but a little bit around the sides. So it looks a little bit bruised. Just kind of lightly dab it on. And I just kind of rub it out with my hands. You know, it's just for Halloween night. So there. Then, if you have your fake blood, start here, just kind of drip it down. I don't have any fake blood on me right now, so I'm just going to use my lipstick again. Maybe add some here and some here. Voila! You have a chest wound. Now you are the living dead girl with the missing heart. So there is your chest wound for the evening of your missing heart. So you're almost officially the living dead girl. I think it needs a choker, so to give it that goth vampy look. Almost complete. And now you are a living dead girl. I hope this was fun, and I hope when you try it at home that you have a lot of fun with it yourself, and send in your pictures so we can see how yours turns out. Thanks for watching.